The Kingston Baroque Consort is not just an orchestra, it's a living history. Their skilled ensemble is dedicated to bringing the beauty and grandeur of Baroque music to life, performing on period instruments and adhering to historical performance practices. That's a mouthful. Their upcoming concert, The Dragon of Wantley, is a retelling of the epic tale and features original projected artwork by Colton Fox. Bassoon player Katie Legere joins me to entice you to rediscover the timeless magic of Baroque music. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Welcome. So, beyond this place there be dragons.
Yes.
Who is the Dragon of Wantley? And tell me a little bit about the story that you're performing.
Okay, so the Dragon of Wantley originated in probably an ode from the 1600s written by that very famous writer, Anonymous. So they don't really know where it came from.
Wasn't it Anonymous?
Anne, that's right, maybe it was Anne.
Okay.
She's in everything. So it's quite a long ode, and it's been treated and turned into a story and an opera many ways over the course of many, many years. We're taking the music from the version that John Lampe did in 1737 or so. The dragon, of course, is this fierce creature which is monstrous, which can destroy towns and eat churches and people and all of their stuff, steals the meals from children. So he's terrorizing this village in sort of Yorkshire area. And the villagers are quite frightened, of course, and they're losing everything, and they decide that they really need a hero. So they've chosen a hero in quite an interesting gentleman who rather likes to make merry. He's the gallant knight Moor. And so the townspeople beseech him to help them, and with some negotiation and some hilarious little twists, he does eventually help them defeat the dragon. But I won't give too much away because I want some of the story to be a surprise for those who come to the concert.
Let's put it this way. The dragon has an Achilles heel.
Yes,
We'll
yes.
leave it at that. And if you want to find out what the dragon's Achilles heel is, go see the show. Mm-hmm. So let's talk a little bit about Baroque music. I know that with my musical ignorance, I tend to think of Baroque as Lurch playing the harpsichord and, you know, stuffy sort of chamber type music. Mm. But all music has a life of its own. And tell me a little bit about doing Baroque.
Oh, it's fascinating. I always say that I have a classical music education. I always thought I knew a big chunk about what Baroque music was, and it was Bach, and it ended when Bach died. My chickens are always talking about Bach, and you recognize Vivaldi and Handel, and you think, oh well, there's these old guys, old white guys with big wigs, long wigs,
long hair music.
Yes, and lots of church music. And harpsichords, but I discovered that all of what I knew, probably I knew a quarter of or an eighth of what there is to know, and I knew a lot of things, or I thought I knew a lot of things that turned out not to be particularly correct at all, due to the sort of music education for the Baroque era we were getting back in the dark ages when I was going to school. But it's incredibly vibrant, it's incredibly varied. It's Eurocentric, of course, because a lot of it came from England, France, Italy, of course, and the big name composers are, of course, but it was the rock music of that era. And there were crazy composers like Bieber, who did stamping and hooting and string crossing and interesting.
Not that Bieber.
Not that Bieber, yes, not Justin.
The Bieber of his day.
Yeah, and then there was Vivaldi, who brought all of this life, wrote 40 bassoon concertos, and immense amounts of music for strings. Handel's fireworks music, I think, had, orchestras of 100 out on barges, which were sinking into the lake. And I gather that it snarled traffic in London for hours because it was so popular. But Baroque music was really something, and there's a real appetite for it, certainly in Kingston, but across North America these days, and Europe.
So let's talk about that. You're a bassoon player. What's your role in this particular concert?
Oh, okay. So I've been a modern bassoon player for probably 50 years or so, but towards somewhere in the 90s, I got interested in Baroque music, and I bought a Baroque bassoon, which is kind of like, if you imagine a bassoon, which is kind of a bedpost with all your kitchen cutlery on it. This one, it doesn't have any cutlery. They have 4 keys. So they're quite a different beastie to play, but they're a lovely, quiet instrument, and I really fell in love with it. But I was busy, and I had kids and other things, and so I didn't play for a long time. And I got back into it just before the pandemic. And of course, when the pandemic happened, what was there to do but stay home and practice?
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
When is the concert going to be happening?
October 21st. The concert itself is at 7:30 p.m. at the Isabel Bader Center for the Performing Arts on King Street.
Beautiful place
Yes,
to see a
it is
concert.
gorgeous. You can get tickets through the Isabel website, or you can buy them at Novel Idea, or you can email me at legerek@queensu.ca. We have lots of season subscribers. But yes, it'll be really fun. And before the concert, so if you have kids, bring your kids. We are always free for anybody under 17, and we're only $10 for students, so it's quite affordable. And Colton Fox, who is a graphic artist from Kingston, he is running a Make Your Own Dragon zine at 6:30 in the lobby, and it's free. So you can bring the kids. Or you can come and make your own zine yourself.
So if people want to either draw a dragon or see a dragon get his comeuppance, see the show.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Thanks, Katie, for coming in today.
Thank you.